Hey y'all. So, the situation in the Middle East has dominated the news for the past week or so, and it may have led to some of you missing this also very important news from Texas. So, what am I even talking about? Well, about a week ago, Texas held their Senate primary. These are the elections where voters decide who actually gets to represent the party in the election. So it's not the actual Senate election. These are the elections that determine the candidates for the election. Got it? So, the reason I'm even talking about this is because just about everything that could have gone right for the Democrats went right. So let's jump back in time to a few days ago and do a little Texas primaries in review. For the Democrats, it was a very competitive race between the extremely partisan Jasmine Crockett and the much more, chill James Talarico. And as you can see here, James Talarico pulled off quite the upset, winning by over like 150,000 votes. On the Republican side, things are a little less decisive. As you can see here, neither candidate reached 50% of the vote, and so it's headed to a runoff in a couple of months. So, who are these Republican candidates, and why is their primary competition so contested? We got a MAGA sleazebag who had an affair called Ken Paxton, and old guy and longtime Senator James Cornyn. Now, I might be a little bit biased towards James Talarico because I think he's a really good candidate, and I'm very excited to see that he pulled off this win in their primary. But what might be even more exciting is what's happening on the Republican side. So far, this has been a hilariously expensive election because the Republican establishment is desperately trying to stop Ken Paxton from winning. Because, according to them, and pictured here on the right is the Senate Majority Leader John Thune, according to them, Ken Paxton is a weaker candidate, like significantly weaker. And again, according to John Thune, if Ken Paxton wins the nomination, he thinks that the Democrats could flip Texas. And so let's play a little game here. Can you guess how much money has been spent trying to get James Cornyn to win the primary and Ken Paxton to lose? Whatever you guess, you're probably lowballing it by a few tens of millions because it's $100 million. That's how much has been spent on this primary, and it's not even over. So all this is to say, for the first time in what feels like decades, the Democrats have a really good chance in Texas. Like, actually a really good one. Now, I was curious what the betting markets had to say on this because they've increasingly become a useful tool for predicting elections and stuff, and according to them, the Democrats just skyrocketed to a 46% chance of winning the Senate. Just for reference, in August, they were at a 30% chance. So, you can see the direction things are moving in. And, it's not looking good if you're a Republican, because if Texas flips blue, then they might have some problems, to say the very least.